Hey, chick. All right, I've got my notes up. Sorry, I have been meaning to do this for you. So let's have a look. What did we talk about? Okay. So the first thing that I talked about with everyone was being really clear on what our onboarding system is. Excuse the fucking sound of me, honestly. I never get sick, and I feel like I'm like just constantly since Vegas. I got better and then I sort of got sick again. But anyway, I'm fine. So being really clear so that people are really like confident when someone joins a business. And for you, you're fairly new in the business. So you've kind of just been going through the process yourself. But I have set up a really clear onboarding system in the Hustle and Heart Facebook page. There's a bunch of guides, right? If you go to the guide, there is a getting started guide. And that would be, that door's going to drive me nuts. That would be where someone can look when they start to the team page. It's got like resources in there. And there is, I've put up there the onboarding system. The new consultant guide is in there. The new consultant bingo is in there. The first steps training is in there. And the onboarding system pretty much just says, look, when someone joins, we get them to join up. So they do their consultancy. Then we show them how to set up a household account. So you know how you now shop through a household account, teaching them how to do that, giving them the new consultant guide to look through and answering any questions, sending them the new consultant bingo for them if they want to have a quick, easy guide of what to look at, and booking in their first steps training. And then from there, you book in their launch and we go from there. But just those real basic steps and really making sure that everyone is super familiar, because you're not going to get people to join the business if you don't feel confident in how to get them started. Now, yourself, you're very new in the business. So if someone was to join you, they also become very closely linked with me. You're not expected to coach and mentor them all by yourself. But just know that that is there. So there's a getting started guide in the Facebook page, and and if you have a look through, there's so much information in there. There's books that we recommend to read, all of the things. So don't mind me, sorry. Also, when someone joins you as well, ideally, if they're in the same state as you, but bearing in mind we want to grow international businesses, if they're in the same state as you, like if someone like as you get more ahead in the business, if someone was to join you, you would do their launch with them, their physical launch with them, and then you would attend another workshop where they host a new watch, and then after that they go on their own and they just read from a script. And in the boards app, there is a workshop script, but again, I can just send that to you if you need it. Look, when I joined, Danielle did one with me. She took me to one, and I was like, yep. Like, I didn't want her there watching me. I was like, oh, if I'm going to fuck it up, I'll fuck it up on my own. I don't want anyone watching me, and I was more nervous having someone else there. So yeah, if you do start doing some in-person things, as I mentioned, like you've got the option of having me there on Zoom, like on a computer talking. So you know what I mean? And you can be there in person, or you just read from the script. Like, and it's really powerful, I think, when someone's starting. I can't do it now because I've been doing it for so long, to be hosting and reading from a script, because the people watching you think, well, I can read, so I can do Arbonne. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes if I get up and talk, people go, I could never do what she does. There's no way I'm going to remember all that information, which they will over time. But it can be a little bit like, oh, I couldn't do what she does. Whereas if you get up and you're reading from a piece of paper, everyone's like, well, Emma's doing Arbonne, she's reading from a script. I know how to read. Do you know what I mean? So anyone can do Arbonne. So there's a lot of power in actually reading from a script when you start. So don't feel like you need to actually know everything, because it's actually quite off-putting. And even being a nutrition coach now, people are like, oh, you're a nutrition coach. I'm like, yeah, but I never used to be. I wasn't a nutrition coach when I became a vice president. But it's an excuse, basically, as to why I'm successful. So there's that. And then what we did was we went around the room and we asked everyone. I said, like, I just want to find out from everyone, like, how did you join? Did you join straight away? And what did I say? Yeah, whether they joined immediately and why they joined. And it was interesting. Most people that joined all used the products first. Okay, so they had an experience with the products. So even yourself, yeah, you started using the products. You didn't join straight away. It took quite a few touch points, before you're like ready, and you're like, yeah, okay, I think I'm almost there. And then you're like, yes, I'm ready. So when we are looking at other people to join our business, we shouldn't expect that we just say, hey, do you want to do Arbonne? And they go, yeah, I'd love to. Because even for us, even for me, I used the products first. Danny had to ask me about 8 times before I said yes. I was like, Do you know what I mean? So I guess when we get those hesitations from other people, just know a no is not a no forever. It's a no for right now. And it can definitely become a yes because nearly everyone in the room did not, no one except for Rebecca. Rebecca joined Vic because she knew Vic and she'd been in business with Vic before. And she's like, whatever you're doing, I mean, like, I'll do it because she obviously likes, knows, and trusts her, which is another reason people join. So I guess just, yeah, being aware that people need to have a product experience. And also, if you have people on the products, just know that they're most likely going to be your next consultants. So as you're growing, look into your client base. That is where your next consultants will be. And people join you, you know, so how do you show up? And I always say this to my team, would you join you? Okay. If I'm joining someone in business, I need to know that they're not going anywhere. Okay. That they show up on their socials. Like people know, so like anyone joining me, you're going to leave before I do. Like people know I've been doing this for 9 years. I am a sure thing. They're not like, oh, what if Sarah stops doing Arbonne? Then what am I going to do? That's not even a thought that crosses your mind. Okay. So sometimes at the start, you need to show that, you know, people are waiting to see if you're going to stick around and do this. And people that jump from business to business to business to business, they don't have that trust factor, which is why you need to be really careful about jumping to the next shiny thing. And that's also why for yourself, if you've got people looking at the business, you need to like I need to help you talk about the business, but then they also need to meet me so that they know that when they join you, they are joining a team that they can be a part of, that it's going to be there, that we are committed. You know what I mean? So they're not just thinking, oh shit, Emma's been doing this for a month. Like, what if she stops doing it? Do you know what I mean? And you might be like, I'm not going to, but you don't have that skin in the business yet. So staying like showing up and yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, and over time people will be like, damn, she's still doing that thing. Coming to conference will be a huge thing for you because people will see your level of commitment, and we usually find there's a big sponsoring spike after that because people see and they go, okay, she's doing the thing, and then they feel more confident in joining you. So just be aware of that, and don't be afraid to ask people to join. Like for me, like I just think people are fucking crazy if they don't at least try this. Not everyone's going to be super successful, but I'm like, it's such a big, like there's just so much opportunity. And if you can just keep showing up and keep growing yourself, like you can make a fucking lot of money. I was just saying, I just did a live, I'll try not to go too off target. Sienna, for her anxiety, we've been trying all the different things and we're looking at hypnosis. I'm going to sneeze. We've been looking at hypnosis now and the invoice is $2,000 for some hypnosis sessions. So we've done kinesiology, $100 a week. We've done therapy, $120 a week. The psych is between $500 and $800 per appointment. And then, yeah, because I want to try and obviously do natural hypnotherapy, $2,000 for a few sessions. But like, not everyone can afford that. Like, do you know what I mean? Kids are expensive. My girls have got braces, $8,000 each, or just over 16,000 just in their mouth. Like, I don't want to tell them I can't afford that. I've got 2 years of photos of Sienna with her hand like this over her mouth because she hated it and her teeth were bad. They were really sticking out. She wouldn't take photos. Like, that's mental health, you know, and she's so much more confident now. So, you know, there's all these different reasons that people need this business. You know, yes, we want to take holidays and have nice things, but, you know, like there's real reasons as well. Another thing is, every time I have been shopping lately, I hope this doesn't go too long. Every time I have been shopping lately, at the end of my purchase, they give me a discount code to share on my socials. So my cheap protein bars, what else did I buy? My CMOS. Marketing companies are realizing that we are the best people to sell their products and that people are not looking for just normal advertising, that people buy from people they like, know, and trust. So this should give you confidence in what we're doing and how we approach our selling, because literally like Nike now says to people, they give them affiliate codes because they know that people will buy when their friends recommend something. So, you know, just being really confident in what we're doing. And the other thing is, people like to shop. I love to shop. I was talking to Sienna about this. People love a new product. People love, oh my God, like trying some new hair stuff. Or I personally, I love shopping. Like I love trying new things. I have got 43 different jumpers. I do not need any more fucking jumpers. But I go to the shops and I'm like, oh, I love that jumper. I really want that jumper. Like we're always looking to try new things or get new things. So people in your network do want to shop. They absolutely want to shop. All we're doing is, you know, showing them different things, especially when it comes to things like that green gut glow and fixing bloating and skin. People are looking for a solution and they do actually like to shop. They might not always be able to afford it, but women especially, we fucking love to try things and we love spending money. And I am always on Instagram adding shit to cart that I just do not need. It's just a real trap, but I do. I like to shop, and most people like to shop. I touched on a bit of housekeeping in the group chats when people are introduced to the business. It's really nice if everyone can welcome them. I'm sure you know for yourself, like getting welcome to a group, me putting you in a group and then nothing from the team is like, oh, okay, cool, great community, whereas if you just say Leishy joins and you add her to the chat, how amazing. It's like Rebecca and Vic and Britt and like everyone's in there going, hey, welcome queen. That's community. That's how we build it. Okay, so if you see it, comment. We're busy. Not everyone sees everything all the time, but if you see it, make the effort to comment. Don't ignore it. That is how we make people feel welcome, and it's nice when they join. And then coaching calls. Okay, so I offer coaching calls to everybody. So if you would like to take me up on that, we can make a time. It can be weekly. It can be as you feel that you need it, but it's a bit of a strategy call to help you plan out your month, or just to see how you're going in the month. Write out your why. So we did, getting down to your why, which I feel like you've really nailed your why. And then what does life look like if this doesn't work? Okay, so I guess really getting to that pain point, like, yes, we want to do this and we want to make money because of X, Y, and Z, but then like, what happens if not this, then what? Like, how are you going to achieve that? Because when you kind of go, well, fuck, I really need to make this work. That was me. I was like, I have to make it work, whether it takes 1 year, 6 year. Like, I know I can do it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get to that point of freedom, but I'm doing it. I've seen other people do it. I know it can be done, and I'm doing that. I shut the back door. I'm like, I don't care if I make fuck all for ages. Like, I am going to get there. And with that attitude, you will get there and you will bring people in. You are going to have months where you don't make heaps of money. You're going to have lots of no's. You're going to have lots of non-sales. You're going to, it's very normal. It's part of the process. We grow, we get better, we figure out how we want to do things. But yeah, so just, really understanding that. I went over what type of activity does people have booked, which again, for you, this is probably a coaching call situation because you're brand new. And just filling the calendar. So who are you giving samples out to? Are you doing a messenger event? Have you got other people hosting a messenger event for you? Have you got an in-person event? Have you asked other people to host an in-person event? Are you asking for referrals? Even Leishy doing the 30 days, she's loving it. Like, who does she know? Does she want to do a healthy happy hour? Does she live near you? Does she want to get some people together and we talk nutrition and talk about the 30 days? Like, there's lots of different ways that we can be in activity. Networking events. I'm literally myself going to jump on the computer in a minute and look up local networking events. I started a monthly coastal walk in my area to meet people where I found new consultants and new clients. I go to gyms, I do stalls, like there's just so many different ways. I might go live in the team page with different types of activity actually for everyone. Personal development. I'm guessing you're across this. I've seen that you read books. Very hard to break an addiction without doing some personal development. I'm a fucking PD junkie. I had so much work to do and still do. I've got a bookcase filled with books like, to build your belief in the network marketing industry. We've got the 4-year career or beach money in the team page, which is a PDF, like it's converted, so you don't have to buy anything. You can just read that. That will build your belief in network marketing. The 4-year career, saying you have to give it 4 years. But ego is the enemy. Like Get Rich Lucky Bitch, The Slight Edge, which is like how every little decision you make builds up to the big decisions. I loved The Slight Edge. Very similar to The Compound Effect. Think Like a Monk, Girl, Get Over Yourself. Like I'm reading Let Them again at the moment, which is really good. The Secret, just like energy. Yeah, depends. I do Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold. Yeah, there's so many good books out there, which really do help you. Like, I honestly think when your mindset is in a good space, like you attract things and anything is possible. And I need to work on this a lot. Like, mental health is a big thing for me. It's a big part of why I like to be healthy, because I can really struggle with mental health because of all the shit that we did back in the day, right? So I have to be really careful because I can get like anxious, sad, depressed, like all of the things. Even though I look like the most upbeat person in the world, I have to work really hard at it. And that's why I do a lot of reading and stuff as well. A lot of saunas, get rid of toxins, all that kind of shit. So yes. Okay. And don't look at somebody else and think, I'll never be like them. because there's no magic in everyone being the same. We do not want carbon copies of different people. Like, you will attract your tribe. Like, I'm obviously quite outgoing and can be quite loud. I don't know. I don't know how you would describe me, but I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Some people can think of nothing worse than being around me. Whereas other people are like, fuck yes, I love your energy. Like, you're a fucking queen, you know? And some people are like quiet and empathetic. Some people are more business, orientated, and they're going to attract their people. So we need all the different people. And one of the best things about being in Vegas is you see the variety of successful people, the absolute variety. It is not just always the loud ones or the outgoing ones or the fit ones. Like, there's fucking old women who are waving in their fucking arms, and then there's, different races and different ages and just, yeah, lots of different people. So, um, like, what you lack in something, you will bring in spades in something else, and yeah, I think there's a lot of power in that and just embracing who we are as well, while always trying to be better. Trying the new products, obviously, you can't sell what you don't have. You can't give your personal experience on what you're not using. So over time, trying to try as many different things in the range as possible, because belief has a sound. People can tell when you authentically can recommend something. And then 75 hard. I'm not sure if you've seen that. I think you did. Yeah, see the live that I posted. So we're going to do a business edition of that, which starts on Monday and will finish on the 19th of September. So that is perfect because that's when Gold Coast is. So it's, 3 months of growth, I believe, will happen before then. And that was pretty much the main things, because we just do, like, if anyone's got questions or anything like that. So I'm going to stop this so that it's not too long, because I have to convert it to send it over. But shoot me any questions. Yes, and we'll go from there.